Welcome back to Pace, everybody. We're here for some late-night SpongeBob speedrunning. But first, before we get started with the Cosmic Shake by PunchSh0t, I want to also remind you guys that we have some awesome prizes here from all the different speedruns we've done so far. There's, of course, the Luigi's Mansion signed cap from all the LTA participants. A classic speedrun goes way, way back to the beginning of speedrunning's rise to popularity on Twitch. One of the cooler prizes here. Of course, there is the Summit controller, N64, signed by all the Summit participants, including myself as well. Lots of cool stuff here, including this, I don't know what this is.
Bold and brash.
Anyway, we're ready to get going. If you guys are ready to start, PunchSh0t's got a cool run to show us, Cosmic Shake any %. With the success of Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated comes a follow-up, and that is the Cosmic Shake. And he's going to be showing us tonight the any % speedrun.
Here we go.
Hello, everybody. I'm PunchSh0t. Yes, this is SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake. It's the second game in the SpongeBob block tonight, followed by Kaon's with Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, the remake of the original BFBB. This game was released, it's almost been 2 years now. It was released 2023, right? 2023 January, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I thought it was 2022. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so I'll just get right into the run. So time will start then in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. All right, so this first minute and a half about is going to be just us getting moves and going through the tutorial level of the game. And then after that, we will actually get into the real gameplay with the strats and all. So yeah.
Right, so key difference between this game and Battle for Bikini Bottom is that unlike the moves unlocking for boss fights in Battle for Bikini Bottom, like you beat a boss fight and you get a move, Cosmic Shake has designated specific triggers throughout the levels that give you the powers. This game has a lot of different moves that you get, but they don't take as long to get. They're not as high commitment as fighting bosses, but you're going to see the PunchSh0t. The first move he's going to unlock is going to be coming up real soon, where you approach this button on the ground. And it is possible to skip these moves, actually. You can beat the game without using these moves, and in our case, we're actually going to be doing that, and we're going to use exploits to replace the functions that they would usually have in the run for any %.
Yes, and it's also, oh, that's an accident. The important thing to note is that we don't actually start off with the spin. We actually unlock it once we approach the tikis outside of Sandy's house.
Right.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
So.
Tikis.
And then right here, shortly after we hit the second button here, we will unlock the next power-up after the slam. Yes, it is the pizza glider that everybody loves and wants to eat.
The
If
pizza.
only they made it
Yeah.
good.
I was just about to say that.
You know the song, Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed an enemy. See. Once we kill these enemies and then talk to this woman here, who will definitely not be the antagonist of the game, we'll unlock the first level, and it will be, as you could have guessed, Jellyfish Fields as in the original game. Now, every level in this game is like a reimagined version, except the last 2 levels. Those 2 are not, but before that, every level is a reimagined version of the original BFBB levels. So yeah, this one is like Wild West theme. Now, will anybody risk their careers to say the name of this strat that I'm doing?
I think the day is appropriate
Or
too.
maybe I won't do. That's fine.
So, wait, it's left. It's left, not right, right?
Yeah, it's
No,
left.
yeah,
so
yeah.
there's actually a strat. There's a strat there called radical left, in which you hold all the way to the left to get kind of stuck in the wall, and it glides you way faster than you normally be able to run with the seahorse. So that's one of the first strats that was found in the game. Just for some reason, just holding against the wall allows you to go faster. And what PunchSh0t just did there is an example. There are many names for this. One of the first names that stuck was Obama Hover. There was also Joe Glidin, but I think that most of it just call it hovering or Don't Look Down. Actually, the developers of the game, when they repatched it back into the game in a later patch, they referred to it as Don't Look Down, which is a pretty cool little nod to the community that they kept in the game as an option when they patched it. But
Yes.
yeah, so pretty much here, you wanted to explain it?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, in order to optimize performance in this game, when an entity in this game is not on camera, it'll just deload itself, and this includes the player character. So that, oh, I almost died there. So that allows us to just, once we slam and SpongeBob's not on screen, it will, his slam animation will never end, so he'll just be floating infinitely. But unfortunately it's not infinite because he is going up very slightly as we are hovering. So eventually he will become in frame, so it's not an infinite hover.
Yeah, in this game, you get to stare at the sky. It's very beautiful. What do you think?
It's very cool that every SpongeBob game pretty much has like a levitation exploit. All three of the games being shown tonight have some sort of weird flying tech, or more than one in Rehydrated's case, actually.
Yes, we will be seeing every skybox in this game, so we might as well rate him, right? Out of 10, right?
What do you rate this one?
So what would you rate this one?
I actually really like the subtle pink, not too saturated, not too dark, just right.
Yeah.
Yes. This may be the first level, but it might honestly be my favorite skybox in the game, you know?
Yeah.
I give it like a solid 8.
Have you ever done a skybox tier list?
Skybox tier list, that is a great idea, and I will do that the day after I get back.
Yeah, we get a good
That'd be an awesome
amount of time to
incentive.
like analyze them each time we see them. We just put all our ratings together, make a Google Doc.
Yeah. And with that hover that I just did there, we actually skipped the first 2 cacti. Normally we're supposed to get 5, but we only get 3 because the first 2 are actually not included. We only need the 3 that are from this area.
Oh, right, because the ones in the previous... Right, okay, I remember that, yeah. Yeah, a lot of this feels pretty similar to when I ran the game for a little bit when it first came out. I know there's a bullworm skip now, though. There's bullworm mine skip.
Yeah. So once we get into this dome fight here, there are a couple of these. Actually, I think this is the only one of the run where we do a dome fight. That's fine. Ooh, don't die.
Yeah, with those
Oh,
jelly... Oh.
Dang.
Yeah, so with
guys
those
are super annoying.
jelly duplicator enemies, I think they're called big jellies. Oh wait, no. Is that the big guys? Or what are these called? Are those big jellies?
What's your favorite jelly?
What's your favorite jelly? But yeah, these duplicated guys. They're like the equivalent of the Duplicators from Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Oh, I totally forgot about
Yeah,
this.
they're designed after the appetizer from the SpongeBob show. Shout out to the show.
You guys like the show?
We should sing the fun song because we're playing SpongeBob and we're really big fans of the show. That's why we're playing the games.
Yeah, what I like to do is I like to... Oh wait, explain this first and I'll explain what I like to do.
Ooh.
Okay, so right there, a part of that wall just has no collision, so we can just jump right through it. There was the old version of the strat. This is actually like the newest strat. I was found, and by newest I mean it was found a year ago. So the old strat was we used to go into the tunnel and grab an object, and then after grabbing that object, we would force the game to autosave, and then after autosaving, we would quit out of the game and reload it, which would put us out of the forced fight that activates upon grabbing this item that we used to collect. And just going through that wall cuts all that out.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff with like having to like save and quit and so forth. Some weird, like, of course, like the load remover is gonna make things weird. It's just nice to have like a straightforward skip that's kind of like circumvents all of that weird stuff and just get straight to the point. Get some flash in there. Very cool.
Yeah,
the Seahorse broken, by the way. We're gonna see more broken Seahorse gameplay.
Yeah, he's gonna like clip inside the train.
We don't have a funny name for this one, but it is. Yeah, it's pretty good movement there. Pretty deep.
Yeah.
Deep.
There are a few of these scripted Seahorse sections. One we did after the huge hover, the second hover that we did in the level. We just gotta spam space and, which is jump, and the dash button. That's the fastest way to get through these. And there are also unscripted Seahorses in the hub that you'll see us use a couple times to go faster.
I was a bit disappointed to see that the only unscripted ones were the hub. That's it.
Are you going to show off the Easter egg?
Oh yeah.
I can show off the Easter egg, yes.
Ooh, yeah.
The huge
lots
Easter
of fun
egg.
surprises and Easter eggs in it.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain the Easter egg cams?
Yeah, I'd love to. So basically, this game, there is an extra doubloon in the train, and it's an Easter egg. It was not an accident. It was not left in by accident. No, it wasn't. It was an Easter egg because there's a lot of significance behind it. Just a random doubloon here.
Boom.
Right there. That's it.
There we are.
Yeah, I take it that when you collect that, it's part of the 100% requirement. Like it contributes to the final count at the end of the game. You know?
Well, no.
Oh.
Yeah, what's interesting is that it does not count in the map when you look in your collected items. It does not show, it shows 9 out of 8 collected doubloons, I think it is.
That doesn't really sound like it's an Easter egg. That just sounds like they just forgot to take it out of the game.
Exactly,
It's an Easter egg, all right?
But the thing
won't
is
question it.
that somebody
Don't
reported
question
this as a bug to Purple Lamp, the developers of this game, and they brushed it off by saying it was an Easter egg.
Well,
I mean-
shit.
So that's
Happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Easter.
I mean, what more proof do you need? They said it.
They literally said it.
It's 4 months early. Oh yeah, I should mention the thing about entities deloading when they aren't on screen. I have to make the camera face these guys when they're dying because if I do not, their death animation never happens. So the button that spawns from killing them won't spawn.
Yep,
So,
and you'll see that tech brought up later as well. There are a bunch of spots where we use it. That's actually the same underlying tech that causes the hovers to work as well. By not having SpongeBob on the screen when you look up to the sky, his animation where he slams never finishes, so he just floats infinitely.
I've never been anyway.
I just love the fast dialogue skipping, just like skipping all the yapping. There's so much yapping in these SpongeBob games.
Keyboard and mouse is super good for this.
Yeah.
Like the next one that comes out, because now I can say like there is going to be another one next year. They're making another follow-up to this game.
Yep.
Battle for Bikini Bottom. Like the next in the line of sequels, I suppose. There's going to be another one coming out next year, maybe around this time. And
Yeah.
I am for sure going to be switching to keyboard and mouse this time because
yes,
yeah.
that's right. Kans uses controller, I use keyboard, and we
Wait.
always go. Oh no, you use
No,
keyboard. I'm
no,
going
I-
crazy. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking of Variety Passion, who's the current record holder of this game.
Yeah.
He's pretty young too. He's like really young. He's getting started speedrunning. He's got a
Yeah.
long, he's got a long speedrunning career ahead of him.
I think he's. Okay, nice jump. So right here, we're going to skip this fight here. Normally we're supposed to do a forced fight, but instead we're going to do this. And this is a different kind of hover. This one we don't look up for. We make the camera face the wall. And the camera is just like hugging against the wall, and we can just land on top of this door and
Yep.
onwards. Yes.
So yeah, guys, the basic principle is that if SpongeBob is not on the screen, he's not progressing through his animation. So, you know, he's going to sometimes have like here where he may not be facing up, but he's getting the camera stuck on something, so it's not going to reveal SpongeBob. As long as you can't see SpongeBob, he can't hurt you.
Yeah, those are wall hovers. They're like, they're very unique, and in my opinion, like, I kind of wish, I do wish there were more of them. Like, there's only one more I think that you'll be seeing in the run. It's a very brief one, but I still think it's a cool thing. It's like, it's a bit cooler than just simply like looking at the sky because like you actually get to see like what's happening more so.
Yeah.
Maybe if we watch the show, it can give us some ideas on where to find more.
Yeah, also, if you want to get better at like speedrunning SpongeBob games, there's this cool strat called watching the show, and it really helps.
Yeah, it really boosts your morale to do better at the
Yeah, you can
games.
get the DVD box set.
Yeah.
So right here is another some skybox action. We can end
Yeah.
our hover early there because we want to optimally stay grounded for as long as possible. So we just killed our hover there early so we could land on top of the wall and do a cartwheel.
Now, this skybox might be my favorite one because for some reason, this skybox in particular, the flowers are like really low res,
Oh, snap.
and I think that's really unique.
Oh yeah, it's like artistic. It's like
Yeah.
Van Gogh.
Yeah, probably another Easter
Very
egg.
Oh.
similar level of creativity.
It's so true. Never heard a truer statement in my life.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
that's
did
a
get,
nice movement. I
you
like
get some
that.
more, yeah. I did fail it the first time, but that is like satisfying movement. Here's some more skybox action for you. So what would you rate this skybox out of 10?
I love this one. It's 10 out
I
of 10.
think that's got to be a 9. You know,
10 out of 10,
we're not
yeah.
using the typical cyan. We're kind of like mixing in like a hint of like turquoise there. It's it's just
I don't know. Is it better than the JF one to me? I don't know. It's got to be close.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think we gotta wait to see the other ones before
Yep.
we can
Yeah,
make a
so
call
true.
on the tier list.
So what you saw there is the karate kick. When you see the prompt to karate kick an enemy, you can just press it and then we'll just lock onto it and just do it. Something worth mentioning too is that in the later patches of this game, the karate kick is actually much faster, but like the later patches overall are just like not like that good for running compared to like the first one.
Yeah, the hover is not as goated as it is in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what he's doing here. He's just floating across the entire level. And by the way, his mouse movements are pretty precise here to make sure he doesn't fall.
Oh,
Which,
yeah,
one of
'cause-
the
Yeah.
Yeah, because the old patch, you have to, the camera doesn't stay up when you put it up on keyboard mouse. You have to Oh, okay, I thought I fell. We're good.
And
Okay, perfect. I hate that jump.
Nice, nice.
That
was
jump
hard.
kills. That jump alone kills more.
Alright, there's a
runs than
funny
the hover.
joke coming up
Yeah,
right
jump
here. It's
sucks.
called, just wait for it. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, watch this. Yes.
What do you think they're making with all these cranes?
So if you
Oh
guys
my
actually
gosh.
didn't catch that there, the joke is that cranes don't make pasta.
Yeah, cranes are used for moving things, not making pasta.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
If you aren't coughing a lung laughing right now, I don't know what your sense of humor is.
Yep. Peak.
And now we are coming to the final boss fight of this level, which is Sandy herself. And every level in this game, we are saving somebody to bring back to Bikini Bottom with us, because they were taken from the catastrophe that we caused. All right.
Press
Oh,
the button.
I forgot to lose health here. I'll
Yeah.
probably be fine. I'll just take damage from the wheel. We'll be good.
Yeah, he's
And the
setting up a death warp here where he's going to skip a phase of this fight by taking damage and then dying in the center of the ring.
Yeah, but we don't want to be 1 health here. We want to be 2. Because once we end this fight, we're going to be like right in the center where we can instantly take damage. And if we die too soon, the fight will end too soon. And oh, I got the wheel glitch. You'll be able to see this. I was expecting to get this in a run.
So jank.
If you die fast enough, but not like, where is the wheel?
Oh god.
It's over there. I was not expecting it to be.
So that's how that.
Yeah, this game is so scuffed.
That's not where the wheel
Also, this
usually
is a
spawns.
music glitch. The music is glitched for now. It'll come back. Yeah, there it is.
Okay, well, it looks like we're getting scuffed here.
Also, something that kind of frustrates me with this game. I mean, I don't really know if they thought the progression through that well. The jelly is it literally serves zero purpose besides a part of buying costumes. You do not need it at all. In Battle for Bikini Bottom, you use the equivalent, these shiny objects to pay tolls, the clams. But here, the jelly is literally just for the costumes.
Usually when I get that wheel glitch, the wheel spawns on the side that I went to, but I was not expecting it to go over there, so it just missed the damage entirely, which was unfortunate, but it's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, so dying there, obviously you can see it skipped her horizontal wheel attack. Now, it's supposed to save a lot of time, but it didn't really there, because I had to do it twice. And once we kick her one more time, it's the end of the level. You know, I instinctively went to split there once I finished the level.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this game is a load remover. It never really had an auto splitter, so you would have time to split, so your splits would always be accurate, but because the loads are removed, but no auto splitter. See, now we're going to Pirate Goo Lagoon, and this is the longest hover in the run, and it is really FPS dependent. If you're dipping a little bit, then you're gonna have trouble with it. But what you can do is actually take off the pirate hat, which will shrink the size of SpongeBob's area, and this will allow you this will assist you and give you some more distance to help you get across. When PunchSh0t played this at GDQ, he was dipping frames a bit, and he had the pirate hat on, so he wasn't making it all the way. Then he took the pirate hat off, and then he actually made it to the very end, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, very first try after taking the pirate hat off. I was thinking about getting a prop pirate hat to take the pace and then take it off during the hover, but I never actually did that, unfortunately.
Yeah, this hover is super important as well because we're going to be skipping a lot of power-ups in this Pirate Goo Lagoon level, which you normally need them to beat the game, but because we have hovering and some other exploits and platforming skips, we can actually beat the game without having to get the hook, and I believe it's the rings as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Here we go.
Okay. That felt pretty good. Hopefully this works out. It also depends on how close your slam and jump inputs are together, because the further apart your slam is from your jump, the higher SpongeBob will be when the hover starts, so it won't last as long. Hopefully this is good. Perfect,
Nice.
First try, let's go.
Very nice. Yeah,
That
this
was
is
definitely my main concern coming in to here. That's actually, I think, the first time I got this first try in a marathon, so that's good.
Yeah.
awesome. He has a combat challenge here. He has to complete. The order of enemies he's doing is specific as well.
Yeah. If you couldn't tell already, cartwheeling just gives us immunity to everything aside from death barriers.
And
So we
throughout
can-
the whole duration of the cartwheel as well. It's not like a lot of fighting games where the roll doesn't give you immunity for the whole duration. It's actually just broken. That's some cool movement. Yeah, we're going for the little.
The Big Jelly exploit. You're supposed to wait for them to finish their
That's
attacks.
really cool. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
There are different ways you can exploit the Big Jelly enemies to get 3 consecutive hits off them really quick. Normally, they are very, very slow to defeat.
Okay. Yeah. If you kick an enemy that's behind the bathtub guy, it'll stun him, and you can just do damage to him while he's stunned,
Yeah.
which is very handy.
All right, time for the best part of the run, guys. I don't think you're ready for it. This is so
All right.
fun.
Yes, this is the
Let him cook.
patty minigame. So we just gotta wait here and flip 10 patties and wait for the timers to finish. Now this minigame, so the fastest finish that was recorded, I don't know if anybody's gotten a 106, but a friend of mine did get a 105 patty finish when the timer was at 105. And the worst patty minigame I've ever gotten was a 52 to pure RNG. That's 13 seconds. And this game is so optimized that 13 seconds at top level is just an instant run death.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that
because it's a fairly consistent run outside of some small things, and this is like a lot of time to lose relative to the strats that you can potentially lose time from, I assume.
yeah. To give like a reality of how optimized the run for this game is now. The record for this game is 36-15 by Variety Passion, right? At the time he got the run, his sum of best was 36 flat. He played 15 seconds off his sum of best during that time,
Yeah.
which is just crazy.
Basically exact.
Yes.
All right, it's time for Halloween Rock Bottom. Not to be confused with Easter Sand Mountain. And April Fool's Day Squidward's House.
Alrighty. So Halloween Rock Bottom. In theory, we could just skip all the way to the end of the level, which is actually right behind spawn. But we need to grab a power-up first in order to trigger the boss fight to start. And that's the Scarab power-up, which is needed to kill a specific kind of enemy. And we're gonna get that by skipping this school bus section here and just doing a hover over to the power-up.
Yeah, he's going to touch the edge of this ledge here, and just by touching the edge, he goes into the range. Now, normally in a casual playthrough, if it's your first time playing the game, you'll have the tutorials enabled where you get a little scroll that pops up and shows you how to do the moves, but because PunchSh0t has those tutorials disabled, it looks like he just floated against a ledge and nothing happened, but really he was doing something very important there.
Yep. If you don't get the Scare power-up, you cannot beat the game. As far as we know right now, there is a trigger where you can just enter the Gary fight, but we don't really know any way to get into it. They really, for some reason, really blocked it off. There are like several invisible walls and stuff, and like, but yeah, as you can see here, we're gonna touch the checkpoint that allows you to just warp into the museum, and that's pretty much it.
Yep,
And now
that-
we just, yeah.
That skips a lot of the level.
It's unfortunate that, like, the speedrunning got the SpongeBob games kickstarted on the internet with as far as like the popularity goes. And then they noticed it and they made the remake and blah blah blah. But an unfortunate side effect is that the developers are very aware of the speedruns, and sometimes they do patch things because they're watching my runs literally and just going through them and patching things.
Yeah, it's the patch list.
So I guess how we can circumvent this is like every time a game comes out, I'll just run glitchless and you guys can run any percent.
True, yeah, exactly. That's a great idea. Yeah, let's do that for the next SpongeBob game.
All right, so here you're gonna break through vending machines, and you're gonna see the other wall hover in the run. It's a very brief one, but
This is the second and only other wall hover in the run. I'm on
Yep.
1 HP, please don't die. That's my kill.
oh,
Okay, no, we're good.
oh,
Okay, everything's fine. Don't
okay,
even
we're
worry
all
about
good.
it. All right, we're fine.
We'll clench her there. Did you guys ever figure out what causes this to sometimes not end on time?
I
Does it
don't
just-
know.
is it cycle or
Probably a cycle based. No, yeah, I don't know.
What causes
So
it to
imagine a
not end?
bus.
Yeah. All right. It's time for the best world ever. There's a
Dang,
volcano.
let's see what's moving so fast.
I think I accidentally got on mystery there. What? that?
You gotta talk to Cassandra.
Wait, what the heck? It didn't even trigger the
No.
mission? That's weird.
You gotta talk to the yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how that just happened, but it happened. I don't think that's ever happened to me before. It's fine.
All right, well, another huge skip coming up here. Actually, we just did this skip in real life. This one's called Joe Biden skip. We're going to be skipping the entire Kelp Forest level, and we're going to be floating entirely through the entire thing and straight to the end where we're going to fight the boss.
We did it IRL already. That is crazy.
Yeah.
And also, there's an upgrade to this strat where instead of going under the map, we go over it, and that specific variant of it is called the Dark Brandon.
Yeah, I think there were 3 variants. I think the first one was just Joe Biden. The next one was Dark Brandon. Now this one is Darkest Brandon.
Yeah, so you see that crazy jump
I don't think
up
I've seen
there
Darkest Brandon yet.
out of bounds? In the later patches, just put a giant death play in there, but
Oh,
like
this
no one
is-
would even do that in casual play.
I see, this is
Yeah.
Darkest Brandon, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, if we could also go directly into the boss fight arena, but unlike the museum one with Gary, it actually doesn't have a trigger that we can use to start it, so we do have to do something extra in order to trigger the boss fight to happen.
It's a puzzle. Let's see if you
Yes.
can figure it out.
It is a very intricate puzzle that requires a 2,000 minimum IQ to solve.
Yeah.
Or you can just watch the show.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
watch the show, it might tell you the end.
Oh yeah, that's you either need 2,000 IQ or you need to watch the show. That's what it
Guys,
is.
band geeks or pizza delivery?
Oh man.
Do either of them have TPs?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. You know, band geeks, it gives me chills.
All right, chat. Press 1 for Band Geeks, press 2 for pizza delivery.
Oh, I just noticed we never rated the other skyboxes. Oh, dang it.
Well, they're all great.
I don't know why I thought the puzzle was solved. I'm actually insane. Okay. We got one more piece.
Wow. There's no love for pizza delivery. What is this?
I think you're gonna have to order the season
Pizza-
1 box set, man. You gotta rewatch the show.
Dude, did you not
Yeah.
watch the video essays? It's so charming.
We even sang the pizza song at the beginning of the run.
Yeah, there are a lot of culturally relevant and unique takes on the internet about which SpongeBob episode is the one that they should have ended on.
Yeah, also about the games too. It's usually Battle for Bikini Bottom is the second best game, and then on top,
Yeah, you
Hear Me Out, and it'll be like Revenge of the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, you see, when you make money on the internet, sometimes you have to have a unique take to get people's attention. So Battle for Bikini Bottom is actually averaging #2 in the polls these
Yeah.
days. Yeah.
And number 2 in the
Number
polls.
1 is like it's so widespread. Like it's crazy. It's always people's number 2 spots. Always Battle for Bikini Bottom, but number 1, it's so divisive.
I love the idea of just millions of people in the U.S. just going to the polls to vote for their favorite SpongeBob game
Oh my
instead of
God.
who's for president. I love that idea. Please don't die.
Oh wait, did you get Yellowbone?
I didn't get Blue Bone. I never missed that one.
Wait, but did you get Yellowbone? I kind of like zoned
I
it
did
out.
get Yellow Bone. I
Yeah,
didn't get
yeah,
Blue
that's
Bone.
cool.
I
Yeah.
missed
Purple
the
Bone's
Blue Bone.
still tough.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Purple Bone is still really tough, but Variety Passion gets it pretty consistently. You can hit the bones early without waiting for those big rocks to fall, but it does require something called a cartwheel jump. And a cartwheel jump is a frame-perfect input. It's pretty consistent, though, on controller, but I don't know if it's been proven or not yet, but on keyboard, we think that the input frame rate is uncapped. Compared to controller, which is capped at 60 FPS. So getting a cartwheel jump, pressing jump
Okay,
and
that
cartwheel on the
actually
same
makes
frame.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is theoretically much harder than on controller. So
Me
I mean-
squawk.
I'm surprised I even got the cartwheel jump on the first bone of the boss fight.
Yeah, getting 2 bones in the marathon is pretty cool, but I like totally zoned it out. We're talking about the show. The show! Getting all 3 would be like so hype, but like getting purple is like next to like impossible.
Yeah.
It feels like, at least. I mean, I'm certain if you like practice it a lot, you get better at it, but it's so difficult. And I personally have never even gotten it once. I mean, I never really invested that much time into it, but like it's a very
I think when I played the
Yeah.
game, I got it like 50-50.
yeah. It was just never something I invested any time into.
There is a way you can do it. Normally you're supposed to get purple bone with a cartwheel jump, but you can hit all 3 bones without cartwheel jumps, but it's just much more precise. And now, once we spawn in this last stack of enemies here for the boss fight, there's going to be a giant eel that spawns on the other side of this lava platform.
Giant eel.
And, yeah, a giant eel.
Like
and
a
if-
shrimp.
It's a giant shrimp, yeah. Yeah, that shrimp that spawned in right there. It's going to make a straight line for us because it always makes a straight line for us. We can actually just get it to run into the lava there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, have it just, we don't have to deal with it. And I gotta make sure all of those miniature versions of the punching enemies are gone, because if you do have one of the slowdown effects on you, as you end the boss fight, it carries into the hub world, which won't go away until you die somehow.
We got a $100 donation from Melissa and Bill. They say, "Go PunchSh0t, have fun."
Dude, that should do it. The pumpkins are smiling.
And we got
Thank
a
you
donation.
so much.
We got a $50 donation from Ocean Survival. He doesn't say anything, but he entered for the SpongeBob movie game signed by me and the Creo cards signed by me as well. We have some SpongeBob specific prizes if you guys are interested in that, and some other fun incentives for the other runners. So remember, this charity event, we're doing some good for urban arts, aspiring game developers here.
All right, so this world is inspired by like mobile games like Clash of Clans.
True.
So this has a very interesting skybox. It's like green.
Yeah,
We're gonna
but
go
we
for
don't-
the
We don't see a lot of it though, because so much of it is obstructed by clouds.
yeah.
So yeah, this is one of the levels that's affected by the skip that we did in Goo Lagoon, because normally we're supposed to have a power-up unlocked with the boost rings that I believe Shift mentioned it before, but we do not have those unlocked, so we have to do a few roundabout methods that you saw me do there, like
This is
the
a-
small hover.
This is new for me. I didn't know about this one.
Oh yeah, this is a bit of a faster version. It's not entirely consistent. I hope I get this. I'm gonna go for it once.
Doesn't it save like a few seconds?
It does save. I think it saves around 7.
Yeah.
Seems
Okay.
like pretty significant.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you
it's
cut around
optimize,
everything.
yeah.
it's a
Okay.
totally different
This
way
should
of
be
doing
good.
it though.
This should be good. Then we gotta go in this direction a little bit more, because there's a second death plane that extends below the
Oh
one that's higher
wow!
up.
Look
Yeah,
at that.
Yeah.
this should be good.
That's crazy.
Oh wait, I am really far over. I might not even make it over there.
You'll be fine.
Pizza for you and me.
Oh wait, maybe not.
I think we're good.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh,
No,
my
you
space
were
input
so
dropped.
close.
Oh, my space input just dropped there. That's unfortunate. I'll just do the hoverless route here,
Yeah, good to see
because
you.
going
everyone.
for that one's a little weird.
That was
I
really
was-
cool to see, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went out so much further than I thought it was.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The skybox is kind of low tier. You can't even really see it that much with the clouds. And they're not even like the SpongeBob clouds. It's like smog.
It's
It's
smog,
like California.
Yeah, true. So yeah, so we're gonna do this slide normally. It's not that much slower than not doing any hovers. It does lose a little bit, but over here we're gonna do a big skip for this slide by just going over to the right here, and pizza stalling over to this balloon over here to the right. I believe this should be good. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a weird death trigger here that he narrowly goes around to avoid.
yeah, you really gotta be careful there. Oh, I didn't do the skip. I don't know why I'm doing this normally. You're supposed to just dip off right there and skip the entirety of doing this, but I just turned off my brain for a sec.
Do you remember when this game was new? Well,
What is
Oh.
this happening?
Yeah, we got
Okay,
the
well,
wall
where's
jumps.
where's this putting me?
All right, guys, we lied. It actually is Super Mario 64.
What is this? That's a weird spawn zone.
when this game was new, it was like the pre-day one patch when people were playing it early on Xbox. There was like really bad issues with the dynamic music, and
Oh,
yeah, that was really funny.
The
It was so
orchestra.
yeah, like literally all the layers would be like completely out of sync, all the stems.
Krusty Krab pizza is the
So now we just gotta hit a series of these platforms, which will cause a slide to spawn, and then that slide will allow us to get to where we would have been able to just hover to. I didn't need to do that. I needed to go over here. That's better. Okay. And now there's an extra skip here on the slide where we just jump out for 8 to skip another big turn. There is a big death barrier to our right, so we're just gonna make sure we don't hit that. That should be good. Yes. Okay.
Did you
And
go
then-
for hoverless or?
Yes.
Yeah, here we go.
I have seen this. I wasn't around for it, but I have seen it.
Yeah.
Nice. Now there's a lot of death planes around here, so we gotta be careful that we don't fall at all.
Yeah, I can't even appreciate like how precise that is because I just don't even know.
Yeah, you can't see where the death planes are. All right, time for the Bard.
Alrighty,
audition.
so yeah.
Here we go.
Simon says.
So I have like kind of short-term memory loss, so I might get a couple of these wrong. Don't blame me for it.
Yeah, so it's so strange why they did this way, but yeah, it requires you to get 12, but it doesn't. You have to go over. Okay.
Yeah.
It's,
We're rocking out right now. I just failed it. I just
You're okay.
unironically failed Bard. Are we going? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try that again.
so what's with the new pattern you guys do? Actually, I'm trying to like.
Well, I was supposed to do it. I kind of messed it up at the beginning because I wasn't supposed to fail that extra one. Okay, I'm gonna play it safe this time.
Yeah, because we used to just do it normally and then just spam the final one.
Yeah. And now here we can just spam slam, and
Okay.
now I will definitely not fail it. Perfect. Okay.
What a strange way to make a mini game.
That was like probably the hardest part of the run right there, since I failed it. So
It's so strange they didn't just like
doesn't-
require you to do a certain number of patterns instead of just like hitting the buttons. Like they count as
it's,
whatever.
it's one of those situations where it's so
It's
much
an
harder
Easter
than it
egg.
looks. It's an Easter egg.
One of many.
Oh yeah, one thing we didn't mention about the costumes, you might have noticed that we're, okay, I need to reload the dorm now. The costumes is that if we change costumes while we're in a hover, it will actually end the slam animation, which will allow us to get our jump back. And that's what we're going to take advantage of here shortly. So we're changing costumes.
Yep, and this is one of the tech that allows us to not get the hooks and so forth, these power-ups that we would normally have to get in the casual playthrough. Because this whole room will be filled with hooks that are used to navigate, but in this situation we don't need them because we have exploits.
Is this faster than the hover? Or?
I think so. We just started doing a small hover here.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, that's good. I failed the dorm minigame, but I got dormitory almost perfect, so.
All right, time for Twitchy. So this, so you know how like the camera, it despawns stuff when it's off screen? You can really take advantage of that here by making the enemies that appear like not even load in at all if you have the camera angled in a certain way. So you can do this pretty fast, and there are ways you can do it even faster by like launching the cakes, but like that's like, it's like super precise.
Yeah, I personally don't do those.
Yeah.
As you saw there, you cannot. Twitchy's gonna throw these like magic orbs at you that are supposed to stun you, but you can't just cartwheel through them and deal with them quite easily that way. Nice.
I love the puns and jokes just every 3 seconds. Just,
It's
Yeah.
really funny. I think I'm
I'm laughing right now, actually.
I think my throat's starting to hurt from laughing at these jokes so much.
There we go. All right, we're
Okay,
going
that's
to
it.
Jelly Glove World.
Jelly Puff World. Okay.
Really gotta clarify that it is in fact jelly.
Is
Glove
jelly.
World.
It's not just Glove World, it's jelly.
Got it. Okay. All right. So, but before we enter Jelly Puff World, or whatever it was, we have to rescue Mrs. Puff from these jellyfish. So we're just gonna collect these with our jellyfish net, and then that'll unlock the level.
Yeah,
There is jellyfish net actually. It's just an Easter egg. It's not visible.
Yeah.
Extra Easter egg.
Eastery egg. That's a Eastery. That's a great adjective. I should use that more.
Very Easter egg. then that's only visible on Tiki Tuesday.
Tiki Tuesday.
Okay, so this is the last level of the run. This is the one level that keeps us from doing this this hoverless strat. We need this power up in order to finish the game, the slingshot, without hovers. But with hovers, we can just skip this by just going all the way across. There's a slingshot over there that's supposed to take you to the next part of the level, and there's obviously no way to clear this gap without doing this.
Yeah, these hovers are really risky too. If you die, you just go all the way back to the beginning of the level.
Yeah.
In the background, you can see the Fiery Fisto Pain roller coaster from the show. It's not playable, but it is there.
It is in the PunchSh0t
In the
game.
game. Content.
Didn't they plan to make it playable and then they just didn't?
I believe so. I think they ran out of time.
Yeah.
All due respect, I think they were just crunched. The game probably got delayed past 2022 for that reason as well.
There is a faster version of this hover. We just hover from the spot that I went over to there because we actually triggered a power up to spawn there with the reef blower, which we need to finish the level because of the boss fight. So that sound effect you heard there was me unlocking that power up. We should just do a hover just straight from that platform, but I just jumped on top of the building to be safe because, you know.
Oh my god, I just got flashbacks to PunchSh0t game with the dumpster opening like that.
Oh, yeah.
It caught you off guard, huh?
Want to hit
I
up the
didn't expect to
boating
see a dumpster
school?
anytime soon.
Or Jellyfish Fields race.
One of us needs to submit PunchSh0t game to next pace.
Yeah,
well, that's not gonna be. That's
no,
not.
we got the checkpoint.
Yeah,
though.
that's not gonna
It's-
be very costly.
Yeah, I'd like to have all 4 games together. That'd be sick. Sleepyhead's been to pace before. He'd probably do it.
That's better. Okay. So obviously we're not supposed to die there. We're coming up on the boss fight here soon.
And now this is
cycle
the part where we
Nice.
sit on the glove Ferris wheel and contemplate our life as we're waiting to...
Let's see if he says it or
Is he,
not.
is he gonna say it? Is he gonna say it?
I don't think so.
He's not gonna say it. I think we got there too early because that text box was still there. Normally, if you play casually, Glovey says the name of the game, but he did not because we were too fast.
Yeah, it's so crazy. He says,
Cosmic shake.
That was actually a perfect impression. I'm impressed.
thank you.
Yeah. Alright, so this is the power-up that we unlocked at the beginning of the level. You can just use this to eat the enemies up and split them back out Glovey. And that's how we do damage.
Yep,
So
once
the
we have a
first-
full meter, we can launch them at any angle.
Yeah.
This party's actually going to set up a manipulation where you can get the enemies to self-destruct into the piles of glubby goo.
Yeah, I didn't really do that properly though.
Yeah, it helps us because these guys would normally take 3 hits to kill.
Yeah, this didn't go very well. That's okay. This guy's gonna walk into here, and
Alright, cool.
that's the next phase.
So in this boss fight, if you exit the main menu, this music will be locked into the game until you close it and reopen it. So this music that you're hearing right now, if you go to the main menu, it'll be playing forever for the rest of the time the game's open.
Yeah, and it's like one of the worst tracks in the game too.
I know,
Which is
I know.
unfortunate. No, I mean nothing to the team that developed the music. This game has a banger soundtrack, but this song just playing endlessly on loop will drive you mad.
Is there something going on here?
Yeah. He's waiting.
He's
for the-
unloading.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we have to be high enough there. That hover's a little weird because if we're too high, SpongeBob will eventually hit the ceiling of that platform and he'll just die and his hover will end. And if you're too low, the fight actually won't activate. So we have to be like in a gray area there, which fortunately we did hit, and that's the end of the level. And now we just have the boss fight and then we're done. But first, we got to do this mini game that they put at the end of the game for some reason.
It's called foreshadowing.
It is. That is insane.
Yes. Also, there should be music here, but we have a no copyright mod because this is like stock music, so it's kind of funny without the music. These sections. It's so
Is there a strat where
anticlimactic.
you can get the ball to clip through the wall there?
Sometimes,
can,
yeah, but
yeah.
It's pretty inconsistent. All right. Anyway.
Did that, wait, what just happened? Oh, I thought it was supposed to end there. I missed the bug.
No, yeah, I saw one
I
more.
saw it like kind of bounce a little bit, and I got a little worried.
Okay, no, we're fine. Alrighty, so this is the final boss fight. Believe it or not. So there's a strat here because normally we need the reflow to hit Cassandra, but the devs didn't think that we'd just jump over to hit Cassandra when she spawns in, which we can just do. So we actually don't need the reflower at all.
And you
but
can stand on chair to just miss the attacks.
yes. And you're probably wondering why I face the camera in that specific direction. That's because if you face it in that direction, Cassandra never spawns in, so you don't need to wait for her when her phase, when her attack phase ends. And that's important because Cassandra will disappear before she reappears during the period where you can do damage to her. And if you attack her before she reappears, the fight will actually soft lock, and you need to
I was
die
about
and
to
restart
ask.
it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
how
yeah.
that-
Be
oh,
patient.
yeah.
Don't soft lock.
I was about to ask like how that didn't soft lock earlier, but that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. You guys have that strat now.
Yeah. I've actually killed runs to that soft lock before, so I'm glad that strat's found. But
Oh yeah.
I don't do it for the other phases. And the other ones, it's just easier to use the reflower for because it's hard to stand on the chair.
Time ends
While
when
doing all of
the
this.
load into the portal starts. By the way.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Oh yeah, it doesn't end on the last
Yeah.
hit. It ends in when the void happens. I'll do a countdown. It's like a couple seconds after we hit her the last time. Okay, 3. Time.
There we go. Awesome run.
Yep.
Thank you, thank
Love
you.
seeing the new stuff
The new stuff.
and the old stuff.
Thanks, everybody. I'd like to shout out Variety Passion, who is the current record holder of all the main categories, taking over me, the former record holder for all 3. Thank you, Shift and Counts, for commentating my run.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for playing, man.
And also
Loved it.
Gordo, the developer of the no copyright mod and the practice tools mod, which is a big help.
Your quirky approach did what the royal guard
Yeah, perfect.
failed to do.
Yep.
You
Now we're about to
activated
see
Madam
Kaons
Yep.
to rehydrated.
Yeah,
Yeah, very
this
sick.
is a foreshadow to the game that was teased.
Chilly under the bridge now.
Oh, wait for Patrick's wrist. You'll see why this is a foreshadow.
As a reward for your outstanding bravery, I shall grant you one.
You know, I think in the past 2 marathons, I just skipped this on instinct, but I did not this time.
Yeah.
Today, there's only one thing I can wish for, and that is...
That was fun. I wish we could do it all over again.
And there we are, and that's the next game.
Yay.
And there
Alright.
it goes.
Yep.
Oh wait.
Oh
That's a
yeah, we have
song.
this song. I forgot.
Oh
this
my
was in the.
god.
I'm so sorry,
You wanna
Counts. I
tell the
totally
Bill
forgot.
Yeah.
Tell the origin story.
I forgot that this was in the.
Yeah.
So, would somebody like to explain the lore behind
Okay,
this?
I will.
You understand?
Yeah. So basically, when this game came out, there was a folder that would appear on whatever drive was marked as D on your computer called Build Agent. It would appear every time you launch the game, and basically this folder you can't if you delete it, it'll just come back next time you launch the game. So we kind of like just made like a big deal out of it for no reason because it's kind of funny, but
It's an Easter egg.
yeah, it's an Easter egg. It's just a funny little Easter egg. The build
little
agent.
funny little
Yes.
Trojan that's on your hard drive.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a funny little piece of malware.
Yeah. So if you don't want the build agent, the solution to that is to simply not have a D drive. And ever since the Cosmic Shake came out, I had to change my drive loadings. So yeah. Yeah.
That's gonna be it.
Hours later.
2 hours later, will be Counts for the.
Oh wait, push me. There's another final Easter egg.
Oh yes, one more Easter egg
You
before
got
we end.
to.
So
Easter
yes,
Bunny really outdid
we-
himself this time.
I don't think I did this on my other runs, but the developers for the game left the debug menu in the game, but they got rid of the debug menu, but they did not get rid of the method to open it up, and that is literally just to push the P key. So
don't you go ahead
once
and
I
do that?
press the P key, we will be entirely soft locked, and we'll need to reboot the game in order to do anything. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, P. And now SpongeBob is infinitely walking.
It's
Here we are.
just another one of many
Nope,
Easter
nope,
eggs,
I
like
can't-
the build
I can't
agent,
do
train the
anything.
balloon.
I can't escape.
Yep.
I can't move.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
And that's it.
The dumpster.
Easter egg.
There we go. Cosmic
Not the
Shade.
dumpster. Foreshadowing the next case when we have Patrick Star game.
Yeah, true.
Thanks everybody for being an amazing audience, and happy Easter to everybody.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.